Damon! No, not you, Demon. I said Damon. Oh, they do sound very similar.
Sorry, he's got a bad
The
moment.
background's not real, and we're just like, he just looked around to see if it was real.
Hold on. I know the background's not real, but the fern really convinced me. I was like, is there a real fern there that they've put and made some layers?
I give to you Earth 2.
Sorry, what?
I know what you're thinking. He's gone mad with power.
Great to meet you both. I was a huge fan of the show. It was a real pleasure to watch.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I just want to jump right in. I know you guys have said.
Well, you mean thanks, because this is the first time we've heard any feedback about it. So.
No, it was really a fun thing to watch. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Thank you.
I know that you guys have both said that you're fans of the original film, so I'm wondering if that added an extra layer of pressure going into it, having this Monty Python cult classic kind of following and being fans yourself. What was that like?
I didn't think we felt much pressure in terms of like following in the footsteps. You know, they were already big boots to fill, and the film is so iconic and such a big inspiration to us anyway. We didn't want to copy it. We didn't want to remake that particular thing exactly as it is, because there's no point, and you might as well just watch the original film. So we wanted to like just put our own spin on it and take the, focus on different characters or different elements, leave some of it behind, take some of our favorite things from the film and expand a bit more on those. Just sort of.
That's how we started. But then watching the film again, we're like, well, that is a pretty great idea, and that is a pretty great idea, and put that, things like the leader in the movie claims they're not the leader, but they won't relinquish any control, and that's a great idea for a character that we brought onto Lisa Kudrow's character. Things like that, and looking at the script, I never noticed watching the movie that his name was Kevin Haddock, but in the script it refers to Kevin Haddock. So we used that name and loved that as a family name. Little details like that. There's a giant in the movie, and eventually in the season there's a giant. We went both ways. There's always a pressure of making anything, but we don't want to anger fans of the original movie, of course.
We're scared of fans.
Yeah.
Oh no, fans of things don't get angry with me. Especially not fans in their middle age.
Angry that you even said that.
I know that's the point.
Yeah, I was curious about the decision that goes into staying loyal to some of the original and then adding your own, expanding this universe. How do you decide what's worthy of keeping and what's worthy of exploration a little bit more?
I think it's a personal taste thing.
And it's not just about what we keep or throw away. Sometimes if we follow it too closely, because we're not Terry Gilliam and Michael Palin, it felt like we were ripping them off.
And not doing as good a job anyway of like they did originally.
So we had to be different, as not to be just like thieving or tracing over what they made.
Totally. And I'd love to hear how Terry was involved in the show, because I know he was initially pegged to work alongside you guys, and I also know he's been itching to have a sequel in the works for a long time now.
What?
No, I didn't know that. But we didn't work with Terry. We've never met him, and there was a story out that he came to the set. That's not true. And he stormed off the set. I don't know if you've seen that story, but that didn't happen.
The story goes he came to our set and then was so unhappy he stormed off. But it could be true if he was in disguise. He secretly flew to New Zealand.
We both know what he looks like.
Yeah.
And you also, that was back in COVID days where you had to have a test. You'd know.
You'd know. He wouldn't be allowed near the set
Who's
without
that
knowing.
guy?
So that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true. But we can only hope that he likes it, and if he doesn't, then
maybe he'll watch the show and
storm
out of his living room.
And I understand that. I've seen people, do things that I was involved with and feel like it wasn't right. Sometimes, it's hard to let your idea go like that.
I knew there was two young, good-looking guys remaking my stuff out there. I'd be pretty angry too.
It's not true. He wasn't. It wasn't true. He wasn't there. He wasn't angry.
These guys are not happy.
One last question about the film, and then I'll focus more on the series. But I know for some people it was a big deal that little people were centered in the film, and I know they're obviously featured in the series. So I'm curious what that decision-making process was like, if anything changed during production when there was some online scrutiny about the casting or anything like that.
Yeah, we originally had written members of the bandits of the gang as little people. Not all of them, because we wanted to make it different again. And I don't also think that the film should be defined because of the presence of little people in it. It's a part of that film.
But I understand, because I watched Willow, the first episode, and I was like, where are the little people?
That's a very specific thing to that.
But there's two kinds. There's two big sides of this debate, and we were casting right as it was going on, whether it's right to stereotype little people as magical creatures, and then also whether by not doing that you're cutting out jobs for smaller actors, and so we tried to cast a mix, and just so happens I think the first three little people that we tried to put in the main cast didn't work out. They either said no, weren't available, and we just chose other people who were good in the audition as well. And then we got this reaction that we hadn't cast any little people, and so from actual little people, so we tried to rectify that by writing some parts. So we don't quite.
The group of bandits in our version of the show is not supposed to be the same group as in the film, and then I don't want to ruin things. You've got to watch the show to see where we go with it.
Yeah, but we reacted to those complaints and added parts for some smaller actors that hopefully, if there's a season 2, they'll be more substantial.
You're giving it away.
Yeah, we heard the complaint. We heard those complaints though, and it was good to have a kind of dialogue about that, because I hear both sides of that argument. Both are valid, and it's hard to choose. Even some little people don't can see both sides and don't have a strong opinion either way. They're both good points.
That map cannot and must not fall into the wrong hands. I shudder to think what would happen.
Bring me that map. With it, I could create a universe of pure evil. Stop laughing. It's evil, therefore it's serious.